All right, guys, we're back for more. We're up against Leamington today on the road, and Leamington have lost three straight, so maybe we have a chance. Probably not, though. We beat Sheffield most recently in the FA Cup first round, which is something. I mean, we're not losing every match, which I think is what most people would expect us to do. So we'll see what we can do. Leamington currently in ninth place. This is already our fifth match of the season. Has it already been that quick? Wow, amazing. Amazing how time flies when you're having fun. And so let's see what we can do here. We're in blue and white. There's no real pressure on the players. Just go out there and have a good game. We're playing with the exact same team that won that FA Cup match. Boys 4 looking for Sion, can't quite find him. And it's unfortunate. I'm not sure if it's bad cohesion or just bad ability. That time it was almost certainly bad ability. And so we'll see what we can do. Cook is flagged for being offside, which was a really, really ticky-tacky call. So that's the end of that attempt. And the longer we go scoreless, the better this is for us. Boys 4 looking for Seong, and he just can't quite get there in time. He's kind of jogging over to that. Chu runs all the way back to win this, and he does, but he knocks it to a opposing player. And it's a shot on goal there for Turner, who missed the goal entirely. So we didn't give up a goal, and that's the important thing. And now we decide to launch it straight at the Leamington players, which was not a great idea. De Girolamo found another opposing player with that pass, and Edwards is taken down in the penalty area. There is no call, thankfully. And so we do live to see another day. Badhoui wins this over to Boyce, but Boyce gives up possession right away. And so this isn't looking so great. Danielowitz is out of position, but fortunately the shot from Cook is up and over the goal. And so we really got away with one there. That looked pretty bad. We did well to win the ball numerous times, but then we just gave it straight back up to him. And this by the keeper is really, really poor. Fortunately, Cook can't find the broadside of a barn, so that's all right. Over to Cunningham now, finds Sarpong over to Boyce now to Seong. Back to De Girolamo over to Chu. Chu lumps his looking for Haran, can't quite find him, and we've given up possession really, really cheaply there. And Cunningham had a chance to intercept that pass, and unfortunately he didn't do so. But the shot is up and above the goal once again. We're not looking like we're really getting much of the ball here. Danielowitz grabs this out of the air, thankfully, and hopefully he can slow it down a little bit. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham finds Badhoui, back to Cunningham, forward for Boyce. Badhoui wins this to Sarpong, back to Boyce again, over to Cunningham. There's a possibility that maybe if we weren't playing attacking, we'd have a little bit more success in terms of moving forward. I think that's the reason why we keep lumping the ball. Seong wins it, loses it, and then wins it back to Boyce to Cunningham now. Over to Badhoui. Badhoui forward for Boyce. Hey, this is good. Boyce crosses, masters, and assist over the top of the net. But that looked really good. So that was something, and that looks better than what I was expecting here. We have had an attacking movement. So we've shown that we can sort of play up there with them. Danielowitz, another great save, and that helps overcome a few defensive snafus we had in the back. Boyce now, as foul from behind, they're going to send Hall off. We're going to be up against 10 men here. Look at this. There it comes, second yellow, and that's a red first half. 20 minutes in, and maybe that's a break that we needed. Chu lumps his looking for Haran, finds him. Haran takes the shot, and it's deflected. Badhoui goes over to get it, but he's just not in time. We do have the chance, however, for a corner, and there's one less of them. Now, let's see if he's going to go near or far post. He goes far post. Masters can't quite get there in time. Haran, though, comes from the back to win it, and he is easily dispossessed by Cook, but Chu is there. Chu knocks this one forward, and it's all the way over to goal. That was probably a shot on goal, I think, technically by Chu from almost the middle of the pitch. So how about that? Chu runs all the way back to win this, over to Cunningham to Sarpong. Goes down to Badhoui, and we look like we're going to attack again. Cunningham back to Danielowitz. We hold on to possession. Over to De Girolamo. Haran. Forward, Sarpong. Sarpong behind the defense almost, and nothing happens in the end. Badhoui now with it. Over to Boyce. Boyce, and he tries to cross that, and unfortunately there's a man right in front of him. It was a good idea. We had numbers. We had big numbers, and this match is looking like it's really going in our favor. Now, we don't want to speak too soon. We haven't scored a goal yet, but this right here looked really, really good. Sarpong, and it's just unfortunate that the men with him didn't run as fast as they could. A little bit more speed on their part, he could pass that one off. We could steal a goal. We might win this match. Seong with this over to Girolamo. I'm going to learn how to say his name one of these days. Danielowitz back to our Italian friend to Pudel to Seong, and over to Horan. Horan forward for Masters, and it's just a little bit too far in front of him. We've seen that multiple times. We need to get our cohesion up so that will actually work. Cunningham with this over to Masters to Horan. Horan forward for Seong, and it's just a little bit too far forward. We're trying to pass into space, and we're doing a pretty good job of it. And look at that. Cook was called for being offside. How about that? We're doing a pretty good job of passing the ball into space. The problem is that we just don't have the acceleration needed to get there. See, there's another example, right? It was a good call, and Boyce was kind of out of position, didn't know it was coming. So we need to play a little bit more together, and once we do, that will start to come. It'll start to gel. Turner here with this, and Cunningham does a great job to get in front of that to Chu. Chu's been all over the place here today, and he just lumps that forward. He's not passing it to anybody. He's just trying to get rid of it. Our Italian friend goes back and wins that, and Cook was offside again. I think he's setting a record for most times offside. I think he came into this match offside. Seong now wins this barely. Passes back to Pudel, who's wide open, and he passes that into the middle. There's nothing going on there, so he takes a shot once he gets it back, and it forces a really good save by their keeper. He's won it again, back to the Italian, over to Haran, and Haran's header is, not even close to where it was intended to go. I think he just sort of hit that one off at the very top of the head, he was able to do something with his head that time. Masters goes back to win this. There's Mark with it, over to Pudel. Pudel brings us up forward left side, back to the Italian, and he just gives up possession. That's a rare misplay by him. He's played well so far. Chu now forward for Boyce. Can he get there? He can. And his cross goes to the keeper. So that didn't work. We need to have other men there to make that one work, but it's a little bit better than a poke in the eye. Cunningham here with his ball over to Sarpong. Forward to Boyce. Boyce forward for Seong, who's offside, and his shot is off target anyway. Wouldn't have gone in. It's an idea, but just didn't quite happen. There was this pass over to Boyce again, and forward for Seong. I guess we're seeing a replay for reasons. I don't know. It would have been nice to see if it was offside or not. I'll chalk that one up to the Sports Interactive logic. Here comes Cook. He's behind the defense, but he can't find the goal. So it remains 0-0. Remember, a 0-0 draw here on the road would be good for us. It would suit us well. Of course, this match has been a little bit slow. We've had a lot of highlights, so it might turn around. Seong forward for Boyce. Boyce is behind the defense, brings it down, takes a shot, and it is saved. It's actually deflected, I think, by a defender who got there in time. But we have another corner, and we have another chance for an attack. We're getting those shots off, and we're getting behind the defense, which is the important thing. We're showing that we have speed. Boyce looks really good here. When he times it right, he looks great. It was actually saved by the keeper is what happened, and that was a hockey save. That was definitely a good Canadian job there for you. The Italian can't get his head onto that, unfortunately, and Cook has his ball. He's going to try to do it himself. Passes it back to English, then to Edwards, and we are caught almost out of position, not quite. A desperate sliding tackle attempt that doesn't work. It's kind of funny when you see those sliding tackles that don't work. Meredith takes a Steph Curry shot that doesn't go in. It's funny to watch those sliding tackles when they don't work because it looks a little foolish. Pudel, back to our Italian, up forward, and it's up to nobody. This is lumped backwards. Chu goes back to get it. He passes it over to the attacking player, which is not what he's supposed to do. And then Walker walks with it and then launches a shot that goes over to the little girl in the 10th row, so it doesn't work out again. Here's Masters with this once again. He passes this forward looking for Badhawi. Badhawi unable to get there in time. What else is new? And Seong was way offside. They didn't flag him for it, and we win a corner somehow. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but we've won a corner out of it, so we should feel pleased with ourselves. Here's Pudel to take it, knocks it forward. It wasn't much of a corner at all. Boyce, however, in the back is able to get to it, and he looks for Masters, can't find him, but there's Seong, and so we'll try this cross from the other side. The Italian has it over to Haran. Haran to Boyce to Sarpong. He must be offside, and there's the flag. Yep, he was offside. He must be offside there, and that's a shame because he had good position otherwise if they don't call that. Maybe the reason why this tactic works so well in Taiwan is because they didn't have any VAR and nobody was checking for offside. Maybe that's what it is. If we could get the referees at this level to forget how the rules of the game work, maybe we'd have a better chance. But Howie with his back to Cunningham. Cunningham forward looking for Seong, finds him, and there's a shot, but he knocks it straight to the keeper, and they call him for offside anyway. So apparently he was offside again. My skepticism is starting to decrease when it comes to those calls that Seong is guilty of. He's a youngster. He just needs to learn when to make his move. That's it. He's getting the move off. Edwards comes very, very close to scoring. I don't know how Danielowitz was able to get there in time. And we are in danger of conceding a goal here right before halftime. Let's see if we can actually defend a corner, and we can, but it's out for another corner. So we have to worry about one from the other side here now. Still 0-0. It's been a lot of excitement here for what so far has been kind of a bored draw of a half. And this is up and forward, and it's headed out for a throw. And that is the end of the half. And it's been 10 minutes of real time, and we're only up to halftime. How about that? We have control of possession, and we know that we've controlled it because it's looked ugly. If it looks ugly, that means that Hallam has controlled possession. Cunningham here with the ball, top right. Badhawi, back to Cunningham. Boyce, Badhawi again, and he is dispossessed. He just doesn't quite know how to play that wingback position, and so we'll see what we can do here moving forward. About 50 minutes are done in this match. Here's Turner with the shot, and that's off the crossbar. I think it looked like that hit the back of the inside of the net and came out, but it wasn't a goal, I guess. Don't know what happened there. Perhaps a graphical glitch. I don't know. Boyce, you're going to have to rewind that one and watch that one again. Boyce has his shot deflecting. It's out for a corner since the game apparently didn't want me to see any more of that one that the referee missed. Pudil near post, and that's Edwards who does a little leapfrog and is able to head that one out. And here comes Cook once again. Let him run. I mean, he's all alone, and then he passes back finally to English. This is forward, but Seong, of all people, gets there, and that is the end of their attack. Boyce now with it over to Cunningham. Cunningham, a little bit of total football with Seong going all the way back for that. Boyce is offside. That was pretty obvious. But yeah, how about that? We have our attacking players going all the way back in the back to save it. Pudil, you can't blame these guys. You can't say that they don't want it. You can't say that they're not trying, right? We're trying our hardest here, and we're doing, I think, a pretty good job of it. Don't know what that was, but we weren't able to get there in time. And here is Cook, who is way behind the defense, and he's offside. So see, that's what happens when they play the rules. When they play the rules, you can't do stuff like that. If we didn't have the rules, then you could do it all you wanted. There's a question for you. If you're an editor data person, if you like to edit this stuff, can you take away the offside rule? What happens then? Pudil over to the Italian, up to Masters, to Pudil again. Over to Haran, forward for Seong, who is behind the defense once again. He shoots and he scores. Now, was he onside is the question. Are they going to look at this? There's no sign that they're going to look at this, and he has scored once again for us. I think that's number 3 of the season for him. And my goodness gracious, we are up 1-0 here in this match on the road that we have no business even competing in. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. He had acres of space, takes the shot, puts it away, and it is 1-0 for Hallam. And I'm pretty amazed that we were able to get anything out of that one. Now this is forward. It's the Italian over to Masters. Masters to Sarpong. Sarpong back to the Italian again, and that's going to be the end of that movement. And we'll have to get this ball back once again. And it's Danielowitz who knocks this out, but it's going to be offside on guess who? Cook. Yes, Cook was offside again. Another one of these 1-0 precarious leads. Pudil looks for the Italian. It's actually Cunningham who has the header. And that came close to being another goal. If we could get another one here, I could breathe a little bit easier. I don't know if you can hear it enough in my heart, thump, 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 thump. And Badhawi gets in front of this one, and the player for Leamington is injured on the ground, so that was good. That's the way that we're going to win this one, is Edwards' header is offline. We're just going to injure all their players or get them sent off with red cards, and that way they won't have anybody else left, and then we can score. Ever play Nintendo World Cup on the old NES? That's what we used to do. I remember that. You go around all day long, and you would do sliding tackles to injure all the opposing players, and then you just run over them and score goals all day long. Great game. Boyce to Seong, very realistic. Haran takes the shot, and it goes up and over the net. Was he onside? He was. I think that he thought he might have been off. Actually, I think that up on the far side, there was the flag. We can look over here on the left side. Now, it's out of our vision, and so we can't quite see it. I do think that he may have been offside, though, in reality. So we got, about 20 minutes left here. And this is dangerous. It's off the wall. I'm thankful that we know how to make a wall and that nobody handed it. But let's see what happens here. It's going to be a corner for them. And it's Pudil who heads this away. Pudil, once again, with another heroic act, trying to keep us in these games. This is up and over, but it's going to be an offside call, this time on Fothergill. We got 15 minutes left. Here's Pudil with another pass over to Cunningham on the free kick. Masters to Seong. Seong takes the shot, and that was on target. Their keeper fortunate to get to that one. Here's Pudil now with this. He takes a shot. Berman has been flying all over the place trying to keep our shots out. What is going on here? This team's not supposed to play like this. And this is knocked forward. Cunningham wins it to Boyce, and he's fouled, and they're not going to call it. They're not going to call it. What an awful no call. Danielowitz is there to make the save that prevents one from going in. That's an awful no call. I mean, look at it. It's blatant. Walker knocks Boyce. He has a hip check on him, and there's no call. And instead, it's Edwards there who has the shot on goal, and it forces a good save by Danielowitz. We have 10 minutes left here in this match, and we better hope that we can hold on just a little bit longer. Murray here with this. Knocks it forward. It's going to be won by them, but they're going to call that offside on Fothergill. That's a ridiculous call. That's totally ridiculous. Chu with this over to Cunningham. Cunningham to Boyce. Boyce back to Chu. Chu, Cunningham. Badhawi, Cunningham. Cunningham with this again. Forward for Badhawi. I think he's onside. No, he's off. He's offside. They called that right away. So much for that. It was close. It was close, definitely. Edwards, and I don't know why our player runs out of position as soon as it's passed to him. Badhawi, and it's back to Edwards again. Badhawi, a couple of poor plays there. Cunningham's pass is poor. Clark's shot is even worse. So we got away with it again. 5 minutes left now. Danielowitz over to Badhawi. Badhawi lumps us forward, finds Boyce. Yes, he's onside. No, they're going to call him offside. How about that? So I thought he was onside. Apparently not. If he was offside, a whole team was offside. I didn't check where the defender was. Cunningham down to the Italian. Italian now wins this over to Haran. Haran forward. There's Boyce. Boyce brings this down. And what a shot by Fergus Boyce. That one really, really rockets through the stadium. And that makes it 2-0 for Hallam. Man, oh man, did he put that one away. Good heavens, what level are we playing at? Look at this. Haran, great pass to Boyce, and he comes down, and he looks like a rocket. Boom, there it is, right through the keeper. Through 2-0 for Hallam. This is the first time, well, the second time, I guess, we've had a 2-0 lead. We did beat Sheffield 3-0, but we're beating a team that's way above us in the standings, and we were supposed to lose this match. Cunningham now with it. We do have time left. We have to be careful. Seong with it, behind the defense. Seong again, he is fouled, and there's no call. Of course there's no call. Well, there was no offside call either, so I guess they swallowed the whistle both ways. And Fothergill's called for being offside. What an awful offside call. They missed it. Seong was offside. Pudil forward looking for Seong, can't find him, but he runs back and gets it this time. Seong up, back that is, to Badhawi, and looking for Haran. Haran is just not quite positioned right, and it's unfortunate. And we have to work hard again to get back to this ball. We got 4 minutes of added time, and let's hope that they don't add a whole bunch of added time on top of that. Fothergill once again is offside. We've done a good job of the offside trap here. So 2-0 here to Hallam. English throws this one in there for Leamington, and this will end up being Danielowitz, who wins this in the back and has a good pass, ends up with Badhawi. He's onside this time. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham forward looking for Seong, and he's behind the defense. Look at that. Over to Boyce. Boyce again. And he had a poor first touch on that one, and he had to deal with a guy who was running right in between him and the ball. So it can be excused. Cunningham with a poor pass, and we have to be careful because Fothergill, well, his shot is not much of a shot. He tried to do something really fancy. If he had just gone directly to goal as soon as he touched it, I think it would have been okay. And this is lumped forward and ends up with just about nobody. The Italian wins in the back over to Pudil. Here's Pudil with it down left side. Forward for Haran. He's just a little bit too slow. He's a step or two too slow every once in a while. And that tells me he probably has the speed to do that. We just need the cohesion to make it work. Haran with it here, though, and look at all the space. Crosses over to Sarpong, and that is in. 3-0 for Hallam. Now the question is, was Boyce offside? I think it was off of Boyce. I guess we'll take a look at this one. But at any rate, they're not the ones who are scoring goals that are being disallowed, and that was allowed. It is 3-0 to Hallam. We have come in here. We have dominated them. We have destroyed them. We've looked great in this match. Sarpong here with the shot, and it's off of Boyce's head. That's what it was, and he was onside easily the whole time. Boyce, man, oh man, Boyce is your player of the season so far. I know we're only 5 games into this, but we have won another match that we probably shouldn't have won. We're not going to finish in last place, no siree, and I'm not going to be fired this time around. We've got this under control. Danielowicz, goalkeeper of the best goalkeeper in the world, or at least at this level. 7 points here for Hallam here after 5 matches. 7 points after 5 matches. With this team, we have no money. We have no transfer budget. We have nothing. We have nobody on the B squad. We don't have enough players on the under-19s. It doesn't matter. We're winning matches. That's what counts. All of that we can worry about later. We have won this one. We won this away from home, and we ran them ragged. 1.65 XG. They had a 1.80 XG. It didn't matter. Their shots were bad. We had 60% of the possession. Take that. Hey, this is a save to watch, let me tell you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.